A number of years ago, there was a professor at Stanford University who started off his class this way. He held up an empty mayonnaise jar, and he said, "Class, is this jar empty or full?" And they said, "Empty." And he said, "You're right." Then he reached under his desk and he grabbed 3 large stones and he put them in the jar so they filled the jar up to the top. And he said, "Class, now is this jar full?" And they said, "Yes, it is." And he said, "No, it's not." He reached back under his desk, he pulled out some small pebbles, some gravel, and he poured them in around the large stones until it filled the jar back up to the top. And he said, "Class, now is this jar full?" And they said, "Yes, it is." And he said, "No, it's not." He reached back under his desk, he grabbed some sand, and he poured it in over the top of the large stones and the small pebbles till again he filled the jar up to the top. And he said, "Class, now is this jar full?" And at this point the students are starting to get it, right? And they say, "No, it's not." And he says, "You're right." And he reaches back under his desk and he grabs a pitcher of water and he pours it over the large stones, the pebbles, and the sand. And then he holds up the jar and he says, "Class, what lesson am I trying to teach you with this?" And one of the smart kids in class raises his hand and he's saying, "You're trying to teach us there's always room for more." And then the professor said, "No, I'm not. What I'm trying to teach you is if you want to get the large stones in this jar, you got to start with them first." And that's the same thing when you're trying to come up with your message. For your message, the large stones of it are your power positions. That's where you need to start first.